Hello and welcome back to 777. My name is René, this is Katja.
Hello.
We're continuing with
Haha,
Vampyr.
now I know which key is it.
Which one is it?
F12.
F what?
Oh, it's 9. F9.
Still not correct. Are you blind?
You click this one. It's F9.
You're really bad at this.
No, I'm not. I was looking where your finger was going and it was going exactly there.
Yeah.
You're just trying to make me memorize wrong.
No.
Welcome to the Aspen.
Welcome to the Escalon Club. Hey.
There was some...
By a gigantic falcon 2 nights ago.
There was some
money.
stealing from the rich.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
You were spying.
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he
Give
found
me your
you,
trouble.
Fergal kept me informed. Until
Why
he
you live
came
in
to
there
his
like
mission.
this?
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the
He's
others.
dead, we killed him.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
A
No,
Vulcan.
he was a Volcod, all muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed, ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
But werewolves.
That's what I thought, that they are part of the werewolves. That I remember when we were reading the
Mortals always think it's werewolves. Stupid mortals.
We were reading this document about the ethnic history of name.
Yeah.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous.
You're doing it again.
You earned my respect.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scals in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scowls.
I have met peaceful and wise Scals. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Scowls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
wondering. Oh, mesmerize, perfect.
We can mesmerize him?
It's not about him.
It's about what?
About this. Anyway, I'm wondering because Ekans are more or less humanoid vampires, which are like magicians, so they have very high magical power. More or less. Volkots have very strong physical strength and they're more a beast. So what are scouts?
Skulls are not vampires and they are not drinking blood, they are eating flesh.
So so we have werewolves, zombies, and vampires.
More or less.
That's confusing. Okay, I can talk to them, which is good.
I'm sure you have more important
Before I
things
click
to do
talking to anyone
than
else,
talking with an old man.
I can't wait when we will finish this recording, because then I'll watch with you a video which I came across a few days ago, which is basically 10 things which you wish to know before playing this game.
How is your
watched
investigation
part
going,
of
Dr.
it?
Reed?
No.
Time is our
I
enemy.
I
subtitled
have a
as
few
like
questions for your lordship.
All right, but
click
be quick.
for later.
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
It's a major concern, and I'm convinced we'll only get a satisfactory conclusion by putting an end to the epidemic.
I have already met Geoffrey McCullum. I am certain he will persist until he has killed every last vampire.
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Skulls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Skulls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly.
You said like a 5 years
Once
old
we've put the
child, or
epidemic
even
behind
less.
us, we need only wait until the Guard grows old and weak. Time will once again become our ally.
What about the risk of a full-scale attack here? Geoffrey McCullum is a daring leader.
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this club. I'll die defending it.
Captain is sinking with his ship.
You made me swear on the blood of William Marshall during my initiation ceremony. Why was that?
William Marshall was the most glorious knight who ever lived. He served 5 kings and was a living example of probity for all. And he was my maker.
Daddy.
William Marshall was a vampire. Is this some sort of joke? Wait. Could he be my maker?
That would be joyful news.
I need to
Or
know
it would mean
who's
he
fucking
still
William
walks among
Marshall.
us. But alas, the great knight has left this world for
What are you checking?
Why is his
William
blood
Marshall.
so sacred to the Ascalon Club?
good. He was simply the greatest defender of the realm we have ever known. I fought by his side at the Battle of Preston, and he made me his progeny following the fight.
I thought it's Sir William, but it's not this William, but it's
May
from
I
the
ask
same
you
time.
about the mortal who attended my initiation, Mr. Aloysius Dawson.
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
So he really is a member then?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies. Even if I admit some of us fled during the first hours of the Great Hunt.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal. Are you not afraid he might reveal who you are? Especially to your enemies.
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us. This is the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. We do not grant access to the unworthy.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Godspeed, Dr. Reed. We are counting on you.
Talk to old.
We'll talk later, Doctor.
You're not nice.
Even in the vampire house I can't teleport.
Welcome to the Ascalon.
Dr. Reed.
Doom, doom, doom. Someone should record how you're sitting. With spread legs like 3 years old.
Someone should Katarzyna shitting. The spread legs like a 3 years old.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Why say such things on the camera?
It was fun. That's fun.
No, it was stupid. Should anyway go and talk with some more people here? We don't know much people here.
We didn't find them yet.
Hello again.
Yes, but we're talking with
You're
others.
still up. Can't you just knock at people's doors during the day?
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan.
Of course, he man. Give me loot, bitch.
It would be funny if you could loot only when they are not looking.
That is one big criticism of the whole game on Reddit, that this game could be a really cool stealthy game. And it's not only about killing, but as you just said, stealing for example.
Well.
And with stealing,
I'm
and
happy that they didn't do it, because that gave me a chance to make my own game.
So there's, for example, one game which is simply called Thief, which has really cool sneaking parts. Okay, that is where we have to go. Lost Library.
Do vampires have allies among the living? Yes, they do. They call themselves the Brotherhood, and they serve their immortal masters in many ways, probably in exchange for privileges and knowledge. Somewhere in London, in the seat of their power, where the secret council conspire against us. I call it the Lost Library. It is a place where these traitors gather many occult and lost books. I personally offer £1,000 to the first who can give me the proof of the existence of this library and its exact location. Clarence Crossley. For more information, blah blah blah. Thank you. There before there.
Venus's Journal. Oh, God.
Oh. He's spending all the money we have, and I don't see how to stop him sometime. I wish he did not come back from the war. Bad
Wasting all
waifu.
money.
That's a bad waifu.
Yeah, but he's spending all their money on this vampire problem, which is true, but for normal people he's just crazy. And they're starving. Anyway, £1,000 is a shit fucking load in that time.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from
Rocket
the war in
number
one
9.
piece too. Thank God.
Venus.
My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras.
Chimera.
Clarence has
Chimeras.
changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
I told you many times that there are differences between English, British and English
But
American.
the original Greek word is chimera.
Chimera. You can't even pronounce it properly.
Yours was the Polish pronunciation.
Greek doesn't have this sounds which you said anyway.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, And again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden. And I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Fucking idiots, they were in war, surrounded by a bullet storm.
She looks like she's
Venus,
interested
why do you
in
worry
us.
so much about your family's
Careful there, be
reputation?
careful.
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
That's quite sad.
Tell me about Clarence's obsession with vampires.
It drives
She's
me
fucking
so
awesome.
crazy it makes my stomach hurt.
When you
I'm
all
so
have more
relieved to
space,
have him
there's
back.
still left over. Because
I
later
quickly
we will do the
realised
other
he'd
one.
lost his mind in France.
I understand your irritation, Venus. But you have to accept the trauma Clarence endured on the battlefield.
The question is simple, Jonathan. Is my husband mad? Yes or no? Do vampires exist? Or is Clarence a lunatic?
So you don't believe Clarence?
If poor Mary, bless her soul, had tried to convince you of the existence of bloody vampires, would you have believed her? Seriously?
The important question is, what do you really think of your husband?
I'm tough, Jonathan. He should have told me the horrors he witnessed, however appalling it was, instead of inventing a fantasy about blood-drinking monsters.
What do you think about Clarence squandering his fortune on his obsession?
Soon we'll be poor and forced to sell the house. Where will we go? In which filthy, infected part of town will we end up?
Some of ours, because
I'm so
we're taking
afraid.
care of the infection.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Goodbye for now.